You've seen from a running back perspective during these bowl practices that's gonna help you guys come Thursday?
Well, I think both Xander and King, as well as Dylan, I mean, they're doing a good job. I thought they ended the season well, probably put their best game together against Indiana, and just told those guys just continue to carry that momentum into bowl practice. And, I think those kids have been locked in and really taking it personal to try and keep the momentum going. So we're excited about the opportunity to go out and compete on Thursday.
I mean, did you think you'd get Xander back this year at any point after the broken leg?
I didn't know. It was hard to say because it was a pretty clean break, and the doctors were a little iffy on if he'd come back, and if he did come back, would he be the same? All these questions. So I wasn't sure. Knowing him, I knew there was a possibility because he's tough as nails and he loves to play, and I didn't know what he'd be like when he came back. And it's been a process, and I think he's done everything he's been able to return to form. It's been a process, and it's not easy to come back from that injury that soon. So it kind of speaks to his toughness and his mental makeup, and I think some people took notice, and I think he's got invited to a couple All-Star games. Having an abbreviated season, just they see the ability and what he can do. So he'll have more opportunities to showcase what he can do, and I'm excited about that for him.
Just when he first got here as a walk-on, he wanted to play running back. You guys obviously gave him the opportunity, but just how he took advantage of that opportunity and put himself in the position that he is right now.
I'm just so proud of that kid. I mean, I don't know if I've ever had a kid that's worked harder than him. He's earned everything that's been given to him, and nothing's been given to him. He's really had to go out and prove himself at every step, and he's earned this staff's trust. And that kid just, whenever you want to count him out, he just shows up, and he comes to work every day with his hard hat and his lunch pail, and he's just a throwback type of player. And I know he'll be just fine beyond college. I mean, he'll get an opportunity to play on Sundays. And the thing is, he's smart, he's tough. He'll play special teams. He can run, he can block, he can catch. I mean, it's hard to find a guy that kind of size that can do those type of things, have that athleticism. So someone will fall in love with him, and they'll get a really good football player.
Can you talk a little bit about the guys you signed? Kentrell Marks, I guess Terrence Thomas is going to start out at running back as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, those kids, they give us a different element. They're fast, quick, elusive type of players. So very good athletes, both of them. Both of them can probably play on either side of the football. Terrence has, he can probably play corner, maybe safety. Kentrell, his head coach was like, Coach, I think he'll be a hell of a back, but I think, Coach, if he settled in at safety, Coach, he'd be a hell of a safety because he's physical and he can run. He's got ball skills, and he's one of the better players in that area of Ohio, as is Terrence. So we're excited about both of those kids. They both have good hands, so they'll give us some much-needed burst and twitch and elusiveness and playmaking ability back there that we're lacking. So we're excited about them.
Samson James is continuing to probably getting tired of getting asked about him, but I guess is he continuing to develop and you expect him to be a factor in 2022?
I do. He's excited. He's down in Houston right now training with his brothers, and they've got a nice facility down there. So he's utilizing all the resources he can use, and he's done a good job this season, really picking up the playbook, and he's settled in now. And he's really kind of worked on his composition, his body composition, so he's a little faster now, twitchier. And it's good to see. I think he's kind of gaining some confidence. It's taken a little while for him to kind of settle in the playbook and kind of get to know his teammates and things, but I think he's in a good space right now. Looking forward to when he gets back with us and gets ready to rock and roll this spring.
Just how important was it to really kind of build the depth at that position, through the transfer portal, through the recruiting class, especially after, this year you've had so many guys come in and out of the rotation due to whatever reasons, just to have that depth, kind of feel confident about that going into next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have depth. This is we're an 11 personnel offense, so it's not necessary to have 10 running backs. Like when I first got here, I think there were like 9 or 10 running backs in the room, and we just, the way we play, we don't need that many running backs. We'll need 5 to 6, but 8, 9, 10. I mean, those kids, not everybody can play. It's just not that type of offense. So you really need, and Coach Brown, you really need 3 guys that can really play, that can rotate in there just to keep them fresh. And I feel good about the 3 that I have. I feel, between Xander and King and Dylan, Dylan's really coming on. And, you know, I feel good about those 3 kids. You know, there's been some growing pains along the way. Obviously, there was a bump in the road with Xander. Losing Xander,
Right.
we lost a lot of production experience, and that hurt us. You know, I think it was good for King and Dylan to get the extended amount of reps, and then we've utilized Jackson. Jackson's done a great job. He's kind of a utility guy that we're excited about, that he can do a lot of different things from the backfield and from the slot. So he's been a tremendous boost for us. But yeah, we're excited about the incoming kids, Kentrell and Terrence, and what they bring to the table. Samson James went into the portal to get him. He's excited about his opportunities, chomping at the bit. He gives us a different element. So we're excited about building that depth, and we'll continue to explore other opportunities as we move forward. We're not done. We'll see what happens moving forward, but we're excited about who we have and who we have coming in.